Good morning, everyone. This is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral animals and people. Oh, the connection just kind of came through. This is Tristan. He's a Corgi, and this is an episode of Conversations with a Corgi. So today I want to talk about a dog named Miracle. And Miracle is not the first Miracle I've known. Bernie Siegel, my good pal, who's a famous cancer doctor who wrote many books, starting with Love, Medicine, and Miracles. For anyone that you know who has had cancer or is going through that now, that book is invaluable. Bernie had a cat named Miracle, and he decided he wanted to name his animals names that made you feel a certain way. So Miracle was one of those animals, and she also was a rescue and a miracle. So this dog, Miracle, was just found on the island of Abaco in the Bahamas. He was buried under a big air conditioner, like 3 by 4 feet, and another bunch of stuff around him. He couldn't get out, and he is a tan-colored sort of hound pit mix with a white stripe up his nose, and he was just totally emaciated, and he didn't have a collar on. He might, I don't know if that would have helped or hurt him because he was so stuck. And they said that he survived by drinking the rainwater that fell, because as you may have been following, there's been many kind of tropical storms through the Bahamas since then. And the rainwater has been the thing that saved this dog's life. So of course they named him Miracle. He is now at Big Dog Ranch Rescue in Florida. They airlifted him out. And again, it's been 3.5 weeks since that hurricane. So for Miracle to survive that is indeed a miracle. And he is so skinny. He has, I think they said he's doubled his body weight in just a couple of days. That's how slim he was. And he's a bigger dog, probably ideally would be at like 45 pounds or something. And as my sister can tell you, from the many horses we've rescued that were starving and a few dogs that we've rescued that were starving, you have to feed them small amounts every couple hours, make sure they get lots of water. This poor guy is so weak, he can only stand up for a few seconds, take 2 steps after like 3 days, and then he's exhausted. That's how weak this dog was. I mean, he probably had hours left. And again, it is such a miracle that they found him. And how did they find him? I mean, they've been searching the wreckage there. They've now found that 61 people have lost their lives in that hurricane. And they were using a drone to fly over the piles of debris that could detect heat. And this poor little emaciated dog, I mean, thank God that it's pretty warm in the Bahamas at this time of year, because he could have gone into shock. He could have gotten hypothermic. And I'm sure at night, being as slim as he probably was cold, but he was well protected by being trapped under this air conditioner. And he doesn't seem to have any broken bones or any other injuries. He's just starving. So they're trying to locate his owner, but he is up for adoption if they can't locate his person. But I think it's such good news when people do such an amazing thing as rescuing a dog like this after 3.5 weeks of just waiting and hoping that humans would save him. He is a very sweet dog. He's got excellent care. I'm very familiar with that rescue. That rescue and Little Dog Rescue in Florida, very, very famous rescues. You can probably make a donation to them. It's Big Dog Rescue Ranch in Florida. In memory of Miracle, you can probably make a donation or ask them, what they need, and maybe send them something. Or if you're in Florida, go down and volunteer some time. I think it's always great if somebody's an animal communicator and they can volunteer some time for a rescue, because then no matter the people there put much faith in animal communicators or not, it just gives them a little something to go on, and they can pass that on to the new adopters. So it is an amazing thing that Miracle has been found and rescued and is going to do all right. He seems to be a fairly young dog. He's really cute. He's got enough hound in him that he almost looks a little greyhoundy around his head, but he's sort of pitty in the rest of his build. He's an island dog, and there are all sorts of mixes in island dogs, because in a lot of places, island dogs don't get spayed or neutered, and there's a lot of homeless puppies running around and sort of community, somewhat cared for puppies running around. So take some time today to send some positive thoughts for Miracle the dog and any other pets. That particular rescue has rescued over 120 dogs from the hurricane in the Bahamas. And they definitely, I am sure, need some money, some resources, anything you can think of to help them. It would be great to, send them anything that they could need. But I'm sure they need money more than anything because they can then buy what they need. I know people don't always think of office supplies for rescues, but a lot of them are short on things like that as well. So we'll end today by just spending a moment to send a heart hug to Miracle the dog and the wonderful people that are working to save him and remind us about the pets that are impacted by these terrible weather problems. And I know Danny is up there in South Dakota. You guys are having like a foot of snow today after it was 70 a few days ago. And there will be many animals impacted by this sudden, very cold weather and deep snow that they're getting in the northwestern, section of the United States, Montana, the Dakotas, down into Colorado, Wisconsin, Michigan. It's a big storm. So remember, we think about our T-touch circles as the face of a clock with the 6 towards the floor. And we're going to imagine that clock over our heart where we place our hands on top of each other, push the skin around in a circle and a quarter, starting at the 6 back to the 9. Inhale as you go around. Exhale as you come back around the clock. And as you do this, just imagine love and health coming to Miracle the dog and the people that are caring for him. And you can do an extra heart hug if you want, just to send some love to animals that you might know across the Rainbow Bridge, or even one that's sitting on your lap. So thanks for joining us today. We will try to come back tomorrow. We've got dog school in the morning very early. And then I've got this 4-day course I have to go to in Hartford, so I definitely won't be back again till Tuesday next week if I can't squeeze in something tomorrow. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for joining us. And stay safe if you're in the way of this bad weather coming through. Biscuits. Have a great day.